club running down the outside of your leg, make some back swings and really feel like that left knee can really start to facilitate the depth of this right hip, the depth of this right shoulder, and really start to give myself an opportunity to start to open up that rotation. Today I want to talk to you about hip turn. Hip turn and the left knee go hand in hand. Back in yesteryear, we all thought about really resisting with the knee action, turning our upper body against that lower half, and in an effort to do so, create some torque in our golf swing that will hopefully give us more power. But all it ended up doing was facilitating the old physio's BMW fund. So today I want to give you a bit more of an insight into what the left knee can do to help you with your hip rotation. Hip rotation allows a few things to happen. The more hip rotation that's applied to a backswing, the more the chest will have an opportunity to turn. The more the chest will have an opportunity to move around the ball. If I move that left knee back, in the best will in the world, it will reduce the amount of hip turn. Now, my good friend Dyer, I was giving him a lesson this morning and we were talking about the left knee and how he holds his left knee out to create a little bit of resistance. Now we thought about how that left knee wants to work in the backswing to really allow that right hip to work back. I've heard it many times of people referencing, oh, what about that left knee kicking under? Now, the left knee kicking under and making your right hip higher than your left hip, now that's a problem child. That's not what we want. But what we can have is a left knee kicked in and a left hip high. This is the one that we really want to encourage in the backswing. So as I say, the extra hip turn allows the chest to move and have more mobility. What it also does is it gives the opportunity of the arms to move inside. Now, hip turn and turn in general goes hand in hand with the club being too inside. How often have you heard of golfers not wanting to turn away from the golf ball for the fear of getting the club inside? As opposed to, I could turn away from the golf ball and get the club head outside and still hit a very nice shot to the target. Therefore, the hip turn that we create in our backswing does not mean that it's going to immediately pull the club head in. My belief is that this is something that people have actively worked hand in hand with. If I turn too much away from the ball, what it's going to do is pull the club too much inside. As I say, that hip turn with the aid of this left knee kicking in can really start to open up some good chest rotation in the backswing to start to get you in a better shape. So this left knee wants to really feel like, as it moves in the backswing, the left knee wants to feel like it's going to point to the ball. And so that left knee points towards the ball. And then what you want to do is pop a club across your belt line and make sure your left hip feels like it's almost at the same height as your right hip. It will feel like it pulls your left shoulder out. Now the reality is, because the pelvis is set slightly at an angle at address, as we start to rotate, what will happen is that left hip will be lower whether you like it or not. The sensation though is the left knee kicks in and the left hip is going to stay high. So all of a sudden that left knee kicking in that opens up my lower half really starts to then feel like I can get my spine a little bit more behind the golf ball. Now, if I've got enough pressure in my left foot, and you might want to go and check out that video because that will really talk to you about the pressures through your feet, you can end up with what is a really rather nice left knee pointing at the golf ball, a good right hip turned back, some pressure in my left leg to give you an opportunity to really strike that golf ball from that spot. Pull the club, excuse me, into target. Angle of attack down at 3.6, a path from the inside at 1.2 and a face close to path. So a great little exercise here is to really get this golf club running down the outside of your leg, make some back swings and really feel like you can now start to suck that club shaft on your foot, on your leg. Really start to feel how it starts to move inside. If you then want to make the shaft feel as though it's going to point a bit more up, you can then start to raise that left hip up. So I'm looking for that club shaft that's pointing just inside or just outside my left foot. As I make a backswing here, I'm really going to feel like I can get that club shaft to point at the golf ball, maybe to the right of it. So once I've started to feel that, how that left knee can kick in, that left hip really feels like it rides high. I then go into my backswing, start to feel how that left hip. And if you're tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves trusted by tour players and elite amateurs alike. Use my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out. You won't be disappointed. That left knee can really start to facilitate the depth of this right hip, the depth of this right shoulder, and really start to give myself an opportunity to start to open up that rotation and get those arms in a better shape. As I say, it will really give you a nice opportunity to get that club coming down into the golf ball and hitting some decent shots. So let's just get you into that and show you how that can work. Left knee in, really feeling like the left knee can point very much in this region in my backswing. There's the left knee. Doesn't mean that the club is swinging inside, as you can see. Club head is still working outside. That one's a little bit to the right. That's probably the worst shot I've ever hit as a demonstration. Not my best. So left knee in, right hip back. There she is. That's normal service has been resumed. 4.4 down, 1.5 from the in, and 1.6 close to path. So use that little drill with that club shaft on the left knee to really open up your pelvis and get that chest working. Remember, it's not going to make the club swing too much inside. You might want to check out that takeaway video that I've done there that will help with the way the club swings on the take back. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of your support to my channel. If you've enjoyed that, hit the like, share and subscribe. And I think you'll find that, my friends, is good coaching.